Travelers on the Omnibus occasionally touches on mature subject matter with mature language. As such, the audience discretion is advised.
We're back, everybody.
Jesus,
Jesus. I'm awake.
We're back.
Okay. But I might not be back anymore.
I made the wrong choice.
I'm kind of fading.
Are you having an out-of-body experience from that? We're back.
Yeah. There you go.
Yes, everyone. We are back from our 1 week hiatus from our breaks.
And goodbye to everybody who got scared off by that.
Yeah, we
You
will.
waited a
we
week
will
just to
miss
hear
you.
that bullshit. So,
Land Before
we'll
Time
miss you.
Part 2. We're back.
We're back. It just echoes like, we're back. This is Travelers on the Omnibus, a field trip through nerd and pop culture. My name is Ethan Skinner.
I'm James McCarthy.
I'm Brady Davis.
I'm Jody Kite.
Jody, what have you been doing, man?
What have I been doing over the course of this past week? Well, I'll go into something that some of us did at the table, which is we played Scythe last Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
3/4 of this table did.
Yep. It was fun. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I played that game like maybe 3 times, including last week. So
Yeah, I brought it because it was the week of my birthday, and it's my favorite game.
Yep.
So, and I don't get a lot of chances to play it.
I feel that.
I had a very good time, except for the parts that included Jason Holder.
Yeah, he fucked you.
Okay, hey, so James McCarthy, representative of Jason Holder on this podcast. Let me express what happened in this one. So it was very clear that Ethan was about to attack Jason because all of his figures were lined up perfectly to attack Jason.
They started pretty close to each other on the board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, they are actual physical neighbors on the board, and they but even then, it wasn't even a matter of I'm going to put my stuff here. Literally, all of the armed forces of the nation of Ethanica were just ready to go against Jason, and then Jason, being the lucky sot he is, drew a card that allowed him to do a bunch of encounters. His group can do 2 encounters where everyone else can only do 1, and so he chose the encounters where he takes 3 money away from Ethan, and he can't attack Ethan until Ethan attacks him. But then he also chooses one where he gave Ethan $3, and now he can't attack. Ethan can't attack him until Jason attacks, making them completely neutral best friends. They are the Chuck Taylor and
I was gonna get so many
Trent
resources.
Beretta
I was
of
gonna get
Scythe.
so many things.
Yeah, Ethan was basically on tilt for the rest of the game.
Yes.
From that.
It was great.
I'm more so want to be in combats because that's where I get a good amount of my like stars towards the end of the game.
Yes, he was playing the Empire of Saxony. I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Empire of Saxony, and so I get more achievement goals with winning combat, and so he just kind of like screwed me over in that department.
Oh, yeah. And everybody else was kind of far away from him, so it was a lot harder.
Yeah. Yeah. He did do 1 attack, and then we were waiting for the counterattack that never came, and then he just
And then I
disappeared
just
into a lake.
I popped over to Jody's through the mountains, attacked him, and then
Took my shit and then
I
left.
took a shit, and then on my turn I was like, "See ya," and just dug right
And
back into the
that
mountain.
put me on tilt for the rest of the game. So, but it was a fun time.
And then
I
he
like
spent
this.
all of his power, and then I was able to jump in and get my last star off of beating him in combat because it was mathematically impossible for him to win.
Yes.
I think Brady lapped us in that game. I think.
Oh no!
Oh, was it Holder?
No, Brady won and he
Brady
lapped y'all.
mollywopped
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He lapped us.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I, didn't
I think
lap.
it was
You can't
when-
lap somebody. There's no.
He doubled the
actual-
points of the second. I think
He had
No,
double my points.
no, it
okay.
was like 70 some odd, 50
I had
some
like
odd, and then,
72.
Oh,
and then
okay.
it was the 2 of
All
you.
right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was dead last. But yeah, that was a good time.
I am strongly opinioned that Jason Holder screwed me.
Oh yeah, he definitely did
immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
He definitely did that.
No lube. Getting back to
Oh, he's come. What? It's a run in. It's a run in. No, okay. Sorry about that.
CM Punk debut. No.
CM Punk, the newest member.
No, CM Punk is banned from Travelers on the Omnibus.
I'll agree with that.
If Ryan Nemeth couldn't come to Collision, he can't come to Travelers on the Omnibus. You hear that, CM Punk? He's gonna find this out somewhere because he's that bitter of a person.
I watched this week's Being the Elite, and it was from like a few weeks ago, and by a few weeks ago I mean like the Collision episode.
Oh yeah,
and like the Bucks are back there and they're like oiling up or whatever, and then like way off to the side in the parking lot you see Adam Page like reading his notes for his promo that he didn't get to cut.
Yeah.
He's like, Adam's over there reading his promo, getting ready to cut his promo on Collision. No, he's not. No, he's not. Oh man, it's great. So I watched a lot of YouTube because I don't know, sometimes like ADHD like gets into my brain and I can't watch movies. I don't know what it is, but and I play the same games over and over again, so I really have no games to talk about. But I watched a couple really interesting essays. I like to watch video essays on YouTube, and someone did a really deep dive on where glitter comes from. Now, hold on. You wouldn't think that's interesting, but it's nearly impossible to find out because glitter is also something that the government uses for different things.
Okay.
And so they use it like...
So when you say glitter, you mean like the little particles that you sprinkle on things to make them shiny?
Yes.
Okay.
Like actual glitter.
A 5-year-old girl's best friend.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Glitter.
Gotcha.
And a parent's nightmare.
Yes. Glitter. An abomination.
Yes.
So the reasoning behind that, like he finally found somebody that could talk about something because like the guy was like, I don't know, pushing 70, so his NDA had expired or something, and he's like, I can't talk about much, but I can tell you what it's used for. Because of how secret it, because there's like literally one major company that makes glitter for not just the government, but for everything.
Damn.
But 50% of what they make glitter for is for the government.
Wow.
Now, the glitter they use for the government's not exactly the same kind of glitter that they use for everyday purpose that glitter is used for. They have a process that they use that glitter, like a specific size of the glitter goes into devices that basically deflect oncoming homing missiles and shit like that.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And so that was really crazy to get into that.
That makes a lot of sense.
Almost like how fighter jets will use like flares to like.
It's in the flares, my dude.
Yeah.
Like it blows up and there's like so much like reflection that's happening that the missile doesn't know that it's not hitting whatever its target is.
That makes a lot of sense.
So that's why, like, you know, nobody ever thinks about it because why would you think, like, why would I care about where glitter comes from? But there's a big ass conspiracy of like that happened a couple years ago through the internet, like this one person tried to do an essay for like college or something about the history of glitter just in the fashion side of things or whatever, and then like stumbled across like all of this government secrecy behind it.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
I'm speechless.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
There's
stuff.
going to be a gender reveal party that gets struck by a missile. Because of this.
Well, I mean, one has already killed a pilot, so
It's killed a pilot, poisoned a river.
Yep.
Oh Jesus!
Started a California wildfire.
Oh yeah,
that
that is definitely factual.
Oh
Yeah.
Jesus!
Yeah.
Like 100%.
Oh, those other two happened too. There's footage of the plane crashing.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Yeah, it's rough.
Man. So
So that's glitter, everybody.
that's glitter. Also, I don't know if you're familiar with what's her. She's got 2 YouTube channels. One's about D&D, and the other one's about Warhammer and minis games.
Discourse minis.
Discourse minis and also Discourse D&D or Discord Dungeons and Discourse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she has 2 channels because she focuses on each one or whatever. And she recently, I think I might have sent a link to the video in our group chat, but I don't know if any of y'all watched it.
I had watched it before you'd sent the link to it.
Very interesting stuff, Jay. What did you think about it?
I just in general, I like Discourse's stuff a lot. I think she focuses more so on the consumer side of things, so that's definitely a general plus for me. Yeah, I want to see it in full, but just from what I've already seen of it, that it's going to be a problem.
So what she was talking about was the next D&D step that's happening with Wizards of the Coast
With one D&D.
with one D&D and how everything's going to be tied in with D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
And all these different things where there is a very strong indication that they're trying to make D&D more of like a video game experience, because most people that are getting into D&D also play video games, or a lot of their newer players are video gamers as well. That's just how culture is.
I would imagine with like the release of Baldur's Gate 3 is why people are starting to get into.
She mentioned that,
Yeah.
and also like how about this? How about you're a player and I'm a DM and I'm running a game through D&D Beyond through one D&D, and because I am running it through the system, I have no say-so in whether or not you can like monetarily like purchase a DLC sword that's way more powerful than your character should be able to wield, because you can purchase it in the game and apply it to your character.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if you're playing at level 1 and you're like, you know what? I want this Vorpal sword. It's $20. I'm going to buy it and equip it to my character through D&D Beyond.
Literally just pay to win.
Isn't that a problem?
Yeah.
And also, because you can't really, the way that they're doing things, you're not going to be able to homebrew situations. Like, if I was like in a game and someone was like, hey man, wouldn't it be funny if my character at level 5 just like came across a Vorpal sword and I wanted to make it happen? I'm like, sure, I don't care if your character has a Vorpal sword, because I can always throw an extra dragon at you. But that situation doesn't happen when you're running it through this system. You don't. You're not going to have that freedom to be able to like somehow like, you know, corral that situation like you would as you were like running a game on the fly in a sandbox situation. So it doesn't look good.
I mean, yeah, that doesn't surprise me, because they said in the past that like one of the like head people were like,
Right.
one of our problems is that we haven't found enough ways to monetize D&D.
Well,
and everything that they're doing,
right,
they're trying to pretend like it's not, but everything that they're doing is just trying to figure out a way to monetize D&D to hell.
They're doing that mainly because like Hasbro is like losing a lot of money in other venues.
Yeah.
And so like Magic and D&D are their like cash cows.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the reasons why Magic, we've already had our rants on like how many sets and how many different special sets and like secret layers and all that. That's all because Hasbro needs more money because they're losing money somewhere else.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting video. And then I watched another one. It's not game related. I don't know if you're familiar with the YouTuber Shoe on Head.
Yes, I know of her.
She's been around for a while. She made a reaction video to people that were commenting on a video previously talking about do the men need help? Talking about loneliness and men and things like that. And boy, that's a popcorn watching essay right there.
Yeah.
Just like, because the people that were like hate spewing on her, most of them admitted to not even watching the video.
I mean, yeah, she's a woman who does political stuff, so that's also, but she's also like used to be seen as very right wing, and now she is not.
She's not on either side.
Their hot chick is gone, so now they're all lamenting. You find all of those piece of shit guys really like lamenting that. Yeah, I watch some Shoe on Head stuff, but I don't watch her a lot because sometimes she does she has like takes that I'm like
sometimes like that's any of those type of YouTubers.
There's other people that I agree with more, that I like their content a little bit more.
Yeah, depends on who.
Usually get it's usually I'm watching them reacting to her stuff if I'm watching her stuff.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and that doesn't surprise me at all though, because like she's a fairly attractive woman doing political stuff. You're gonna get just the worst shit said about you and said to you if you're doing stuff online like that in Twitch or like YouTube or anything like that.
That's me.
All right. Very, very interesting. Let's go, Jay. Let's go with you.
Hey, I've done nothing.
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 Nothing. Gotcha.
Like I've bought some I bought some Awakened Wildwoods because our D&D tables need more like other things, because everything we have is like buildings and walls, and that's cool. It actually, like, I will give it for GW. You pay a premium price for it, but they've got some really good terrain features for their games. And this is the first time we've actually had, in my opinion, like some like foliage. Our friend, bring up Jason again, he has a Sylvaneth army, so he has to have Wildwoods. But I've got a couple sets of them now. It's kind of just spruce up our tables a little bit, just to give it a little bit more different, a little bit more of an exotic kind of flavor to it. So I'm happy about that. And other than that, yeah, I just shut off for a week for the most part.
Gotcha.
I did play Digital Scythe, and people hate me. I scored 144 points in one game, and someone sent me a friend request on Steam to just call me all sorts of epithets.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was just fascinated. It was great.
Yeah.
That's also an experience.
How fast is playing the game digitally? Like, because the game keeps up with all the things.
Depends. It depends on who you're playing with.
Right.
And a lot of it. So that game that I went up when I won 144, I had 45 coins. Just base before we get into any of the objective stuff.
Nice.
And so I'm just sitting on this stuff, and like people are just like, how many can we even do anything about this? And like they spent like 10 minutes talking about that, and I'm like yeah, y'all can't do anything. Just let's finish this out. And like I had one game where like 2 people bugged out, and the only person left. It's like, and I should be ashamed of myself. This is an ELO ranked match.
Right.
Why am I ashamed about me doing well and you guys not doing well? I mean, it's just the way it is. But yeah, I think it's one of the reasons why I've like stuck to solo playing nowadays. It not even about like, oh, I'm so good at like all video games. No, it's just like even some of the cross chatter is just ridiculous. I did get a good dad joke in on them because I was playing Crimea, which is the yellow border at the south end of the map, and someone tried to attack me there, and I won. And I said, "Do you see this body of water in front of me?" It's like, yeah, you know why you can't win? Because it's Crimea River.
Jesus.
Crimea River.
Yeah, you should have had epithets thrown at you.
Yeah.
I agree with the person now.
Yeah, that wasn't the epithet game though. That was the 100.
No, that's the one that you should have.
It was 100. It was like 144, 53, and then everybody else was under 40.
So you
40
definitely
points.
lapped them in that.
Yeah,
one.
I did.
Yeah.
It's not. It's one of the like. I don't want y'all also to hate me. Like enough people in this life hate me. No. Because I'm full on dad joke and like. I would sing "Radioactive" to you as I was whooping your ass at that, so you would hate me. It's just the way. No, because you would be at home, and I would send you a voice text, and it would be, "I'm waking up the bones, radioactive." I try to get the song done.
I had
as
to
quickly
play
as possible.
against the sweatiest tryhards back in the tournament days of Magic, and there's really not much you could do to really make me feel.
Well,
that.
I have an option on the phone to send body funk through the phone, and so just do that.
That would
too.
be very impressive.
Yes.
Smell-o-vision.
Yes.
Thanks,
Yeah,
John Waters.
Yeah, your Android device would immediately smell like a.
I would not want to smell any John Waters. But
There was one. There was one for pink flamingos. There was a card for pink flamingos. Oh, while she's eating the dog shit, would you like to smell the dog shit? We have a card for that.
Yeah.
I am the queen of filth. Filth is my name.
I'm changing this. Brady, what have you been doing?
No,
I'm
I'm hijacking you, staying it back on it. So yeah.
If you've never heard of John Waters, you need to look it up. I appreciate John Waters. I just don't like it.
Look him up visually and audio, but not smell.
I like John Waters a lot as a person.
Yeah. I like Hairspray. The original Hairspray. All right.
Yeah, I mean he's not a bad director. It's just his type of things is not what I'm looking for.
He likes putting interesting people in his movies.
He loves human oddity.
He does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, I appreciate him more than I actually like his films. Speaking of films, I watched a few things since we've been off for a while. I'm not going to talk about one of them. It was okay. So one of them is a movie that just showed up on Shudder that I've been wanting to watch for a while called Relic. It's about this mother-daughter. They go back to the grandmother's house because she's not doing well. She disappears. and they're going to try and see what's up and find her and everything. And she lives in like the country in England.
This isn't the 90s Relic movie.
No.
then.
This is not the Relic. This is just
Okay,
Relic.
because the Relic is a terrible movie.
No. This came out like 3 years ago.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And they find like she just shows up again, and she's like not doing well, like she's forgetting things, she's acting weird, and they're thinking like it's dementia and everything like this. And really and truly, the whole movie is like a metaphor for dementia or Alzheimer's, stuff like that. The deterioration of the older people in our family.
Gotcha.
Because they find out that like the house and their mother has this kind of rot that has taken in, that is kind of taking over the house and taking over them. And it's almost this supernatural thing, and it's a very interesting movie.
Okay.
And like I said, it's basically it's a very on the nose metaphor for that what happens when a loved one starts either by dementia or Alzheimer's or something like that starts deteriorating like that.
Gotcha.
How do you handle that as a family? It's really, really kind of strong ending, I think. So that's a good one. Like I said, I've heard a lot of things about it, and it was it held up to what I've heard about it. The second movie that I want to talk about real quick is a movie called Athena or Athena. It's a French movie. It's about it's about there's a video that comes out of these French cops who kill a young boy, and it basically it seems like that the police department is like protecting them and not releasing their identities and things like that, and it basically starts a riot, and then the group of young teens take over the apartment complex area to basically and basically fight the cops so that they will release the names of the people, and they're being led by one of the boys' brothers. And another one of the boys' brothers is an older one. He was in the military, and he's actually telling them like, hey, everybody calm down, because it's starting unrest all over France, but this is where we see it, because we see like, oh yeah, there's riots over here, there's riots over there, and it's an interesting movie. I will say like the beginning of the movie until like the title screen is a continuous shot, and it is absolutely breathtaking. Like it is so intense. Like it starts with a Molotov cocktail being thrown, and it goes up from there. And it's a one shot. Like it's a oneer. Like and there's several oneers all throughout I think if I remember correctly, I was trying to pay attention, but like I would get kind of caught up in things that were happening. It's a series of one shots. Like it's just like long one take shots. And it's pretty interesting. I'm not crazy about the ending, like the kind of reveal at the end. I don't think it meshes very well with the message of the movie, but it's still a pretty solid movie, and it goes by really fast because the pace maintains almost through the entire thing. But it's a very interesting movie, and I think it's very much worth watching. If anything, just watch until you see the title, and that's worth it. And you're gonna be like out of breath, like you're like, holy shit,
goes nuts, huh?
Yeah, it goes nuts. Because it's basically that first part is just a straight up riot.
Jesus,
and it is very realistic. But yeah, so that's that. The third thing that I wanted to talk about is this past Sunday, I went to a concert. So one of my favorite bands is a band called Coheed and Cambria. Before Sunday, I'd seen them 3 times in concert. and I really enjoy them live. They are fun. So they had 2020, I had also had tickets to see them, but it got canceled. Now,
I wonder why.
yeah. It was supposed to be what they have. They were doing what's called a Never Ender tour, because it was an anniversary of the album No World for Tomorrow, which is my favorite album of theirs. And a Never Ender tour is they take an album, or the first time they did all 4 of their albums at the time. It's just a 4-night show basically, and they do the album from front to back, and then they do some other songs during an encore. So I was really looking forward to that, and then it got canceled. So this is basically the makeup tour. They're doing the tour again. They're playing the album from front to back all the way through, and then they have an encore of songs from their newest album, which I didn't like. I didn't love the newest album, but I knew they were going to play songs from it that I did like. So I went with friends Ricky and Jason Sims and Ricky's girlfriend. We all went, and so I have realized that I am too old to pay to go to a concert and general admission standing room. I can't do it anymore. It's not going to happen. So we paid for tickets to get in early and to get really good spot. We were center row, like center, and like maybe 4 or 5 people from the front. Okay, we got to see them do like a little acoustic song. They played "Sweet Child of Mine." It was pretty good. And then as soon as they started playing, some of the people in front of us decided that they wanted to do a mosh pit.
Oh no! And
they wanted to do a mosh pit for almost every goddamn song of the whole fucking set list. And look, I'm gonna try not to be an old person about this, because I understand the philosophy of a mosh pit. I understand why people want to do it. I'm not gonna say like, why are these people wanting to do this? I'm fine with it. My problem is I didn't want to have to deal with a mosh pit. I didn't want to have to be on the outskirts of the mosh pit, having to deal with it and pushing people away from me. I paid my money to stand here and watch the band play and sing their songs and do all the little things that we all do whenever we come together and we watch these people, because I've done this 3 times before. And there've been some, mosh pits, mostly, it never went through the entirety of the fucking set list, and 2, it was always more towards the back. This was damn near like very far, very close to the front. And it was very frustrating because I couldn't pay attention, because then somebody would bump into me and then I would bump into the people beside me, right? So I had to like constantly keep my eye out, and it was very fucking annoying. And I don't know. So from now on, I'm just gonna, if there's seating somewhere, I'm gonna pay for somewhere to sit, and that's all I'm gonna do with that. I just can't do it anymore.
That was at the House of Blues, right?
No, this was at the Fillmore.
Oh, okay.
It's connected to the casino there, right there on Canal Street.
Gotcha. New Orleans.
Yeah. It's a nice venue. I learned something. So the last time I went there last year was around Mardi Gras, which was a big mistake that I will pay attention to next time.
Yeah.
Mardi Gras season and New Orleans is not the best.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention. I was just thinking, oh, I missed it last year. Let me make up for this.
Right.
So where I parked, I only paid for so many hours because I didn't think it was going to be that long, and I was wrong.
Yeah.
So I left early because 1, I didn't want a boot get put on my car.
Sure.
And 2, I was really fucking tired. I really can't stand up for that amount of time anymore. I'm too fucking old. And I was like, oh, I'm bummed because I'm missing out on some of their songs, because some of my favorite songs of theirs they do for the encore, because they usually do There's at least 2 or 3 that they always do for the encore. Little did I know that nobody got to see those songs because it had to have been not long after I left, because I left like right as the last song before the encore was starting. Somebody jumped the rail, got on stage, went all the way to the back of the stage, and then ran and stage dove, and nobody caught them.
That's bad.
Yeah. Which I don't blame them because,
It's like the beginning of School of Rock where Jack Black
Yeah.
jumps off the stage and just everyone
and from what I heard, they finished the song that they were playing at the time, and then somebody came out and was like, "Hey, that's going to be the end of the show. Y'all gotta leave."
We got to call the EMTs.
I found this out because some of the people in front of me actually had video of it. I didn't get to watch it because they were showing it to somebody else, but I heard them talking about it. So I don't feel as bad for walking out of that. But yeah, basically all of that is I enjoyed the show. It was a fun. It was a good show. They are very good live. But I'm just not going to like when we heard like. One of the guys was like, "Oh, we're gonna do a really big mosh pit for this one song and that's played during the encore." We were just like, "We're just gonna go to the back," and we finished up. We watched the last few songs and
Near the back, yeah.
We basically when the encore started, we went more towards the back. JD was there. As I was leaving, as we were coming from the front to the back, I saw him, and we fist bumped, and then I kept going.
Right. I knew that you were going to a Coheed Cambria concert, but the first photos I saw of it were from JD's.
I saw that too.
Yeah.
They were really cool. They had like if y'all seen pictures that they had these like LED boards that as they were playing songs, it showed like artwork from the album, which was really cool. It's just I couldn't fully enjoy it because I was having to constantly.
You're having to avoid the mosh pit and being in the center of the said mosh
Well, I
pit.
never had to worry about being in the center of the mosh pit. It was just that I had to worry about I was on the perimeter of it, so I had to. So every once in a while, somebody would bump into me, and I would have to push them off.
Yeah,
and I don't want to have to do that,
right?
Because I don't want to be in the mosh pit. If you want to be in the mosh pit, that's fine. Ricky and Sims, they were complaining about there was this little girl who was jumping in the middle of it, and she'd get fucked up, and then she'd pull back, and I was like, well, she wants to be in the mosh pit. Good on her.
Right.
She was like 4 foot nothing.
Right.
Jumping up in there. Oh, no. Good on her. If that's what she wants to do.
Yep. Live your life.
That is your. I am not. I don't. I'm impressed. But I don't want to be in the mosh pit. I want to enjoy my music. Enjoy the music in my way. You want to enjoy in your ways. Maybe. I'm certain that maybe somebody will listen to this and be like, well, this is what you do in the mosh pit and this is how you deal with that. Cool. I don't usually have to deal with it, so I don't know all the little things. And like some of them were like throwing elbows and shit, and it was like, no, that I know that's not what you're supposed to do.
That's what they call a razor pit.
Yeah, that's what you're not supposed to do in a mosh pit.
No, you don't start throwing fists in a mosh pit.
That is called assault.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is a razor pit.
Yeah. I know that you're not supposed to do that.
No, you're not.
But yeah, like I had fun, but not as much fun as I would have had. But yeah, that's gonna be my last general admission concert. If they don't have seating or somewhere that I can sit, I guess I'm just not gonna go.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. That's what I've been doing.
Ethan.
Yes, that is me. Yes.
What's going on?
Get on with it.
What have I been doing? I've been playing some more Baldur's Gate 3. Fuck Shadowhearts. She sucks.
I have no point of context to that reference.
So one of the things that you can do in the game is you can eventually have an owlbear cub live in your campsite.
That's awesome. Yes.
Yeah. And so I went through the proper steps of allowing the cub to find my campsite whenever I lay down for the night. And I finally had him come over, and he comes over, and I talk to him. He's saying that he's hungry, he needs food. So I offer him some food, and as he's about to eat it, Shadowheart wakes up from her sleep and is like, "Fuck off, owlbear," and scares it away. And she's like, "Man, that was a close call. It was gonna eat all of our food." I'm like, "You are literal trash, and no one likes you." Shadowheart is absolute.
To
garbage.
be fair, if all it takes is for someone to go, "Get away, owlbear," that owlbear's got a brittle spirit. You don't need that in your life. Yeah. You need a strong-spirited owlbear. Yeah. So you know what? I stand with Shadowheart.
You are in the minority, sir.
Get a better owlbear. Get a better owlbear.
That owlbear definitely couldn't handle
Censored.
Conclude Jesus, and that concludes our this week's Contrarian Corner with Jay.
No,
Contrarian
that's the
Corner with
start of
Jay.
it. Trust me, there's gonna be more. There always is.
more contrarianism.
Like for instance, just there.
Yeah.
So yeah, just playing more Baldur's Gate 3. I finally found Karlak, the Tiefling Barbarian, and my group needs a little bit more muscle. We're going through the Underdark, which has a lot of Duragars, a lot of Minotaurs that just keeps coming up to saying, hey, fuck you, I'm gonna fight you. And so I kind of needed her for that a lot.
That's the kind of spirit you need behind your owlbear. Hey, fuck you, I'll fight you.
Yeah.
This man was about to give me fish, and you just fucking wake up. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Yeah, that's definitely how Karlak is. She just wants to fuck shit up. So.
There you go. See, I respect that.
Yeah. So yeah, playing more of that. I've been on the hunt for some magic cards for the tournament next month, which we'll talk more on later.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And last week was my sibling's birthday. Old Bob Shinedown is illegal now.
Bob Shinedown.
Bob
Can now
Shinedown.
drink
Yes.
moonshine. Now he's Bob Moonshine Down.
Bob-
He can devour the moonshine.
Yes, moonshine down.
He came over last week. We had we were drinking. We were playing some board games, some video games, and so
What was his first alcoholic beverage legally?
I gifted him a bottle of Jack.
Okay, proper Jack.
yeah.
There you go.
I thought you were gonna say Smirnoff Ice.
I thought you were gonna say imitation cookie dough vodka.
Oof.
No,
That sounds awful.
That's
That does
that's a
sound
thing. That is a
terrible.
thing that exists.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah. I
sounds
know.
awful.
There's terrible flavored vodkas out there.
I did get myself a bottle of Captain Morgan spiced rum.
Good man.
okay.
Good man.
So
Okay.
I'm
You
enjoying
just
that.
earned one extra respect point from me.
Yes.
Oh.
So yeah, we just
Except the spice is paprika.
Oh,
the spice is black pepper. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just playing some video games, playing some board games and whatnot, and had a really chill time.
That's very good. Very nice.
awesome.
Always drink
What
responsibly.
you should
do
get
not
is
drink and drive.
whatever that shit that we had during the
Oh yeah, the whiskey and wrestling.
the whiskey and wrestling. What was
Yeah.
it called? Something whip.
Shaky's
Whip.
Shaky's
Oh, is
whip.
that what y'all drank
Yeah.
during
Yeah,
that
it
episode?
was-
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Well, we
Straight
drank that
from-
before, but
Yeah.
then we drank something else that I didn't like as much. That was, but
gasoline?
was
We
more
had
expensive.
gasoline afterwards.
Okay.
But man, that shit and Holder has confirmed that if you just put that in Coke or
Right.
Pepsi, it just
Yeah.
tastes like a vanilla Coke or Pepsi.
Yeah.
And you can't taste anything.
Yeah.
And it's super dangerous.
Even straight, it was dangerous.
Yeah.
like because it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
30% alcohol or something,
Oh.
or 40. And
Those are the dangerous ones.
yeah.
well, the thing is, like, also this was proper Irish whiskey, like from Ireland, so I was down for that.
Yeah.
I'm not a whiskey guy. I
No,
don't like whiskey at all.
Not a
I
big
just
fan.
don't like whiskey. This was fucking delicious. And then we just so happened to have a Coke, and I was like, I wonder if this tastes like vanilla Coke if we put it together, because it's got a very vanilla-y like aftertaste to it.
Yeah.
And my God, it tasted just like fucking vanilla Coke. And I'm like, this is even more dangerous now.
Yes,
I
yes,
need
yes.
The name of that drink.
yeah.
Shaky's
Shanky's whip,
Shaky's whip.
shaky or Shanky's
I
whip.
think it's shaky.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jason or Michael, if you're listening to this right now, please give feedback so we know.
Yes.
Well, like Michael's waifu bought it from somewhere. I can't
That's
remember.
his full-on
can't
wife.
That's a waifu, you
What?
dolt.
No, it's full-on wife.
That's what a waifu is.
No,
Yeah.
a waifu is a fake Japanese anime
No.
girl that you beat off to.
Pretty
No.
sure the marriage license says
I mean,
husband
that's
and
most Japanese anime girls or that you beat off to fall under that. But
What's
like,
the male equivalent, Jay?
Milfu.
Husbando.
That's some stupid shit you just made up.
Yeah, sure it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's not making it up.
yeah.
Husbando.
Yeah, I'm making up gooning too, but
Yeah.
Urban Dictionary.
Husbando.
yeah.
I regret
That
this.
sounds like just spooting on like a dent on your car and then using it to fill over the crack in it. That's husbando.
What was the term you used? Spooning?
Spooning.
Spooting.
Spooting?
Spooting.
What the fuck is spooting?
It's when you fucking come out of your dick.
Oh, okay.
Jay, where else can people listen to us? Where can
I
people
don't think
listen to
anyone's
us?
listening to us anymore between the week break and that.
Yeah.
Besides,
Husbando.
If we didn't lose them on the week break, and then we didn't lose them when Ethan yelled at the beginning of this, we definitely lost them when Jay
It's okay.
said Spooty.
I'm gonna edit in like full parts of the Sound of Silence, the original version from Paul
then we're
Simon.
then we're gonna get copyright struck.
Yeah, I would rather be copyright struck
Yeah.
than be assassinated.
same, I think.
Yeah. Which would you
I mean, if
which-
those are the only two choices,
copyright
I don't
strike
know,
or
I-
assassin.
I don't have
I
to
don't know.
work tomorrow if I get assassinated. So there's that.
Do I want to die or do I just not want to do the podcast?
I'm still waiting for the meteorite, so.
Yeah, true. We all are.
But we're about 65,000 million years too late.
I mean, there's another one
Yeah,
just
there's
bound to
another
happen.
one going to happen at
There
some
you go.
point. Thanks, Jupiter.
Jay, where else can the wonderful people listen to us?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to us throughout all of this up to this point, and hopefully throughout the rest of this. However, if you have friends who would like to listen to this but have other avenues in which they get their podcasts, please try us on Spotify, Apple, Google, or Amazon. Saga.
And Jody, where else can the fine people reach us?
You can reach us through Spotify, whether you want to message us directly or take part in any weekly polls we probably have.
Or episode questions as well.
And if you want to give us some fine feedback, you can always email us at travelersontheomnibus@gmail.com. 1L, all one word, travelersontheomnibus@gmail.com.
Yes.
Jay, do we have any feedback?
We have no feedback this week, fine or coarse or otherwise.
Alrighty. Oh, I believe that leaves only the main topic.
Welcome back, everybody, to what is Hell or High Water going to be the finale of our City of Mist playthrough. When we last left our intrepid investigators, they had survived the traps in the old aquarium and left Delia to her own devices. They were able to kind of get the jump on who turns out to be the person who turns out to be the real shark of Miller Square, Honeylip. They were able to get a little bit of information from him, but he slipped through their fingers. But they got some incriminating evidence against the corruption that is going on in Precinct 23. They know a little bit about. They know that in 2 weeks there is a gala of the Falzoni family. Something very big is going down, and it has to do with ambrosia. So yeah, so what we're going to start out with is we are going to, since it's 2 weeks away, we're going to do some preparation. We're going to do a montage phase. We're going to, I'm going to give everybody 2 downtime actions. So let's see. Jay, what is your character going to do for their first downtime action?
All right, my first time is I would like to recover from my last activity. I would like to get rid of this flesh wound that I've had. I would like to do it by basically becoming water for a while. So turn myself into water, travel between bodies of water, and flow through narrow spaces. Just basically becoming one with the mythos side of me, and just basically try to heal by being as fluid as can be.
Okay, yeah, and that's only a 1 stash, right?
2. It's 2. It is
2. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, cool beans. There we go.
All right, Ethan, what is your character going to do?
I would like to explore my mythos. Basically, myself and Hans getting prepared for the upcoming bout that we're gonna have with in the gala. So I'm going to be exploring my green magical giant,
All right.
which will give me my last mark and attention.
All right. So yeah, take an improvement on that one.
I believe I'm going to be taking protection from magic.
Awesome.
Now, it also looks like with Explore Your Mythos, you also gain a clue with a method and a source based on your description.
Yeah, if you can think of a question you can ask. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know much about the Iron Hans myth, so I can't really give you much about that. But you might can come up with something.
Is he jolly?
He's very jolly. He's a jolly green giant. Jody, what are you doing?
I'm going to attempt to get rid of my the negative mark on my predator senses.
Oh, you're gonna recover a burn tag.
Recover a burn tag.
All right.
By I don't know what means I would go about doing that as far as like in role play.
All right, so yeah, just let me know how do you get to how do you resharpen your predator senses.
All right, so I think that that's in my Monster Hunter mythos.
Mm-hmm.
So my mystery is where is my prey. So I think I would probably like try and shake that off by hunting easier nightmares to devour, and maybe being able to like attune my senses once again through that process.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. So yeah, just unburn that tag, and that sounds good. All right, going back around, Jay.
All right. I wanted to prepare for our next activity by rallying the people of Miller Square.
All
and
right.
So good deep down inside, relentless schmoozer, a small-time fixer, driven self-promoter, playing with the big boys now, and I know a guy. So basically, I'm going to like all the shop people that we met in the first episode that weren't a scumbag fucking bartender, but he blew up anyway, so who cares? But anyway, but no, I'm basically just going to everybody and kind of like presenting on the download the stuff that we've found out, and I want to rally the people to try to see if maybe they could help going forward.
And also,
Okay.
like, give them their money back.
Yep.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
we've got.
Okay. So yeah, that's great.
So under prepare, I can either recover all my burnt power tags, which I don't have any, or I can gain 3 juice with a method based on your description. That was basically I want to gain the 3 juice basically by explaining what we did there. And basically I would spend those 3 juice and change the game for rally the people
Okay.
at status 3.
I'll give you that, and then I will give you something special with
Oh, I got special. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
If it's a 1 month subscription to Disney Plus, it's okay. You don't have to do that.
We need to.
that. I can't afford that. That's going up in price.
But they're doing a special thing right now that for 3 months you get it for $2 a month.
Yeah, for $2.
But it's the one with ads.
Yeah, so you basically get TV. Also, as you are going through, someone that y'all have talked to in the past, George Kim, he sees that you are that it seems like you are starting on something that might actually bring to the people of Miller Square this kind of peace at last. So he has agreed to join you. So you're going to have George Kim. What that's basically going to be is you have 3 tags that anybody has access to use: Immovable Mountain Spirit, White Paw, who is his tiger that he can summon, and Takion. It's a martial arts. So you can use those as extra tags. You all have those. But he also has the weakness tag Shy that I can invoke.
Okay.
And something that you normally can't do with these, you can burn the White Paw tag for a hit.
Okay.
So
There you go.
everybody has access to those in the upcoming fight.
Okay.
I'm only imagining just myself summoning Hans, and he's riding White Paws into battle.
Or you just throw the tiger at them.
Throw the tiger.
Fastball special with the tiger.
Yeah.
Tiger Bomb!
So you all have that.
Real quick, that's
Tiger.
something we Brady, we didn't mention in what we've been doing. We also picked up the Marvel Multiverse role playing game.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Just real quick thing, the dice system is D616. That's not 6 D16s. It's actually a 3D6, but one of the D6s is
if you
special.
want to get technical, is D616 because it's the 616.
But you can read it
universe.
as D616.
I
Tell me
would
I'm
like
lying.
to imagine it
Here's
is
our
a
other
616
I told you it was gonna happen.
opportunity for the contrarian
Contrarianism.
corn.
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, so you have taken an ally. All right.
Yes, I like this. This is good.
Ethan.
I think I want to work the case.
All right.
The case. I want
So that gives you 3 clues.
I want to try and get as much information going into the Falzoni Manor, the gala. The first thing I want to, what is this ambrosia that I keep finding like honey lips as notes and whatnot? I need to know what this ambrosia is.
Okay. After asking around, you were able to find out that the gala is the Falzoni's family's opportunity to partake in a ceremony where they all eat ambrosia. As you know, as you can find out, ambrosia is the food of the gods. So what it looks like they're doing, and of course your character wouldn't know these exact words, but they are partaking in someone else's mythos, somebody who's much higher up.
Interesting.
And
Almost.
This is why they seem to not be harder to take down than just normal thugs.
So it's literally like gifts from gods. Okay,
yes.
Gotcha.
All
right.
And this is like you were able to find out even that like they know that you're probably coming, but they can't cancel this. This is like a set in stone thing. And it would also make them look weak in front of, the person that they're getting the ambrosia from.
Okay.
Voluntary diablerism.
Yeah. Second question is, what is the money from Miller Square funding for the Falzoni family?
Well,
like is it funding like the ambrosia that they get, or like what specifically is this money going towards?
basically it's a racketeering scheme. They offer protection. But you have to pay them. They also, you can find out that there's also some payments from a pawn shop where it looks like what they're probably doing is getting people to go to this pawn shop, and they're being tricked into giving up things and getting into more and more debt. So they have to go and get more and more loans to take that. This seems like, at least on the surface, that's what they're doing, but there's something else that seems like that they are that seems to be the true goal in this.
Who is the head guy in the Falzoni family?
All right, you're able to find out that the Falzoni family is led by Donna Alessandra Falzoni.
Okay,
and she lives at the villa.
gotcha.
All right.
Probably should have used one of those questions to ask who she was exactly, but oh well.
You just summoned Cameron there. Just let you know that.
You did kind of sound like Cameron.
Yeah.
Oh no, I am Cam now.
And now you don't. All right, cool.
All right, Jody, what is your last thing going to be?
While I was trying to reinvoke my predator senses, I discovered that I was able to find more weakness in the nightmares that I was devouring. So I'm trying to get into the power tag option, find a weakness. So I'm trying to...
giving attention to your mythos.
Yeah, giving attention to my mythos.
Right. So yeah, mark attention on that. And does that give you?
It gives me a new power tag.
All right, yeah, and take that improvement. So,
Sweet.
sounds good. All right. So that is the downtime. So I guess first, so just to set the stage a little bit, and then the Falzoni Villa is kind of on the outskirts of town, the outskirts of the city, in the nice parts of the neighborhood that you guys don't get to go to normally.
It's a gated community.
Yeah. So so you need to formulate a plan as to what you're going to do. You could do a frontal assault, or you could try something a little bit different. So what do y'all think? Y'all discuss what and come up with a plan of how y'all are going to take this on.
I climb into my mech from Armored Core 6 and I destroy
you do not
everything.
have. You didn't use your juice to create one of those. So that's
Rallying
that's a
the
big,
people. They rallied to build a mech from Armored Core
Oh,
6.
yeah.
and
The
it was
people
very-
are
They have to actually.
The people are the mech.
The people
yeah.
are the mech.
They have to actually be able to do that.
Okay.
In order to.
I'd like to invoke the tag transform
I
people.
don't think the people at the pizza parlor know how to build a mech.
Okay.
You're going to be so embarrassed when it says
I
they can
have-
build a mech.
I have a out of the box idea.
Okay.
Shoot.
So follow me on this.
Okay.
Okay.
We get a super soaker. Jay turns into water. I put Jay in the super soaker.
It's got
Buster-
to be at least a Super Soaker 3000.
Yeah, Super Soaker 3000.
Okay.
Not the splat cannon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bust through the front door and I go, "It's soaker time." and I just spray everybody with J, and then J like morphs into their bodies and they explode. Game over.
Can you?
Wait a minute,
Can
okay.
your body
So a
be
neutron bomb drops on the city. Everybody take an incinerated 6 status.
Can your body be dissected? In that?
You cannot face danger for this.
Oh, you didn't say that initially. Cause
Yes, I did.
I faced the danger. We
Censored.
Everybody take a. Everybody take a tier 6 status. Died in a plane crash.
You said you wanted it. Hell or high water, Brady.
Nobody can. Yeah, that we're ending it. That's
we're
it.
both
That's
hell
it.
and high water.
So,
literally.
so how did y'all guys like it?
I like the part
Censored.
Could
Censored.
legitimately could put Jay in a pitcher and then pour the pitcher into their punch bowl and they could drink it and then bad things could happen.
That brings up a question. Can your body be dissected?
Brady. I believe
in
what they
water
just
form.
suggested was
Censored.
this is to be fair. This is what a final chapter usually ends up being is like, let's compound all of the bad jokes that we can before the ending of it. Because we won't have a time to do bad jokes anymore.
I normally like have a thought like that and go, that's really stupid. You should keep it to yourself. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to say the dumbest thing I could possibly say.
Well,
So hold on.
you get a gold star.
Okay, so let us read. I believe we have invitations thanks to what was found in the safe at the blowed out fucking
right.
So some of us can go. Now, for me, I don't think I can go because I'm always soggy. I'm literally not saying that to be funny.
I will put it forth that the chances, like, you could try that.
Yeah.
The chances of that happening are probably not great because Honey
Lip
Lip
is vetting
knows
us.
that you're probably coming.
I'm sure also like any sort of main entrance and even probably even not so main
perimeter
entrance,
also.
probably there's security's probably like number one issue.
I'll let you. So security is not going to be on the outside. Is not going to be because most of the people are going to be in the ballroom area.
Gotcha.
So you know that like there's going to be some guards and stuff, but it's not going to be because most of the people are going to be taking part in the ritual. So
Gotcha.
now when you get there, that might be a problem, but you know.
How many stories is this building?
It's just like think of like some shit from like the Godfather where
Like an
it's
Italian villa.
Okay,
yeah,
so-
like an Italian
so
villa.
first
It's more
floor is-
spread out than it is like tall.
Right,
If
right.
there's floors, it's because it's coming down the hill rather than because it's the top part
Gotcha.
of the
So it's just
I can see that
like
now.
just
So-
like an enormous like from the floor to the ceiling's like 12 foot or some shit.
Yeah, it's going to be like a big area, but you know, it might be like a 2-story overall.
I got
but,
you.
like,
What I'm imagining is 2-story manor with like a basement of sorts, like a wine cellar.
Didn't Honey Lip have
yeah.
like some grenades or something?
No, Tlalok planted grenades.
Oh,
before we
gotcha.
encountered
That's
them,
right.
so-
We blew up the
bloated
bar.
up real good.
That's right.
Yeah.
I remember now. We already used that.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
That'd have been funny.
I think the a frontal assault is not going to do good for us. So our best option is just sneak in.
There's
Also, you might want to think about what your goal actually is when
Yeah.
you get in there.
murder everyone. No.
That's called the full Kingsman. So we
There's-
start playing Freebird.
Yeah.
There's two different ways frontal assault happens in a situation like this. You either like walk up to the building, well, not directly, but you either try and sneak up to the building and just burst in and start like causing all kinds of hell.
Yeah.
Or one person drives a car through the front of the building and then you take it from there while the other two people are like coming in from the back, because that would be kind of a distraction. But then also the police could get involved before, because there's dirty cops are everywhere in this game. So anyway, frontal assault, probably not the best idea we could possibly use here. Well, I'm out of terrible ideas. Anybody got any good ones? This is why I like running games and not playing in them, because
Yeah.
I don't have to
What
think
is-
about this stuff.
What is our goal whenever we reach inside of the manor? Because that is something that we need to figure out. Like, what do we want to happen? Like just drive the family outside of Miller Square? Like tell them to kick rocks? Or
I mean, that would be the best case scenario, but they're not going to leave.
Yeah.
Like,
The best thing to do would probably be to try to disrupt, one, the ceremony, and two, the supply of ambrosia.
Yeah.
which would mean we
Yeah,
would have to
'cause-
get rid of Big Daddy Bad.
Well,
'Cause
I mean,
if
Or Big Donna bad.
if
Yeah.
the
or at
supply-
least like stop. If you could like disrupt the ritual from happening and maybe,
That would weaken the underlings.
Put it, that would send a very big message as to these people are weak. Maybe they don't deserve this blessing.
Mhm.
So that could at
Gotcha.
least
if we like disrupt the supply of the ambrosia,
Make them look
this-
bad in front of the
in
supplier.
front of their gods.
maybe
pretty
figure out a
much.
way to either destroy the supply or that's there or just disrupt it in some way could possibly bring about good things for Miller Square.
Gotcha. Do we know like approximately like what time the ceremony is going to start? Like to the hour of almost.
You know that it begins. So the ambrosia is going to the ambrosia that they have now that's giving them their powers is going to last until it starts late at night. You don't know exactly. It gave you like a time when they're going to start, but like the ambrosia that they have, the powers that they have is going to last until daylight the following day. So they have
Gotcha.
to partake in it before then.
Mhm. Gotcha.
Okay, gotcha.
They're like almost vampiric in a way.
This is almost
if-
basically like a thing to keep the people. Okay, yeah, you get these powers, but you have to keep you have to keep me happy, and you have to keep this going, or else you lose
What if we
these powers.
steal the ambrosia from them?
That's a possibility.
Like we sneak into the manor, and before the ceremony starts, we take all the ambrosia, and then we just like
Can I roll a quick investigate?
What is your method of
Okay.
investigation?
All right, so this is going to be just local questioning people, specifically relentless schmoozer, small-time fixer, driven self-promoter. The questions are going to relate to, has the ambrosia gotten there? Basically, like the source, the routes, and is it already there? Is basically the things I would ask if that was the situation. Can I do that
Okay.
investigate?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm at a +3 because we have rally the people. Can I add that as well?
Yeah,
Okay. So that would be 6. Anything you want to throw on that?
no,
4, 7, 13.
13.
All right. Can we find out the routes to where the ambrosia gets to the manor?
Yes.
Is there enough ambrosia currently at the manor that they can perform the ceremony
The ambrosia gets delivered the day of.
the day of? So they don't have it right now. We
No.
know the routes that are coming into there. What is the security like for the convoys of ambrosia?
The ambrosia is delivered via truck and it is very heavily guarded.
Just
This is not something that would be dealt with. That would be flippantly delivered.
We got like a Wells Fargo situation,
like escorting the president downtown Washington,
or at
DC.
least an armored vehicle.
Yeah, this is some of the most important substance, like the most powerful substances in the city. So this is,
Okay.
and there's a good chance that there are also, and again, your character wouldn't know this terminology, but rifts. There's a good possibility that is also not just guarded by people who have powers, the Olympian powers, but they have other powers.
Right.
Yeah.
Similar to us, basically.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. I have an idea.
Okay.
Okay.
I think you had a power of 4, right?
Power of 3. It was 6 with the story tag rally the people, but I only had 3. I only had 3 power for my stuff. Relentless.
What did you
schmoozer.
add to it?
Relentless schmoozer, small time fixer, driven self promoter, and then the status 3 rally the people. So I've been 3 and 6. So with the 7 would have been 13.
Okay, that's
Is my math?
a
is my
power
math-
of 4.
As a power.
It's what you add to it. Your power is whatever you add to.
Oh, so this as a tag is a power of 4. I don't have a fourth question to really
Okay,
ask though.
all
So
right.
I mean,
I just wanted to make sure that
No,
you make
yeah.
everything fair.
no, I think I got my questions that I
Okay.
feel I need answered.
What about the power supply to the mansion or whatever? Like to be able to.
Actually,
Okay.
I like the train of thought of attacking the convoy.
Mhm.
So, Baku,
Mhm.
you made friends with George Kim, right?
I believe so.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right. Get him and get the rest of the people in the square who might want to be able to help with this. I don't want anyone that isn't like us
Mhm.
to try to attack that headlong, but if we can get that diverted somehow
Mhm.
where we can jump them, we might need to distract the Falzonis.
Mhm.
And I think I can do it. If y'all don't see me again, it was a pleasure working with you. And I walk out the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay.
so we have a pretty good idea of the route.
Okay.
They probably have to go down at least one street that would be easier than the others to block off quickly. So I could talk to Kim and see if maybe he and maybe one other could help me block the street. Just maybe like not a really bad car accident, but maybe like like a light T-bone situation, like to where they have to wait for a few minutes to try and get through.
Delay the convoy.
Delay the convoy.
Yeah.
And then maybe we'd have to like.
I could just have Hans like throw some debris in.
Well, I think we don't want to cause so much disruption to where that it doesn't look natural.
Gotcha.
So I could be there trying to push one of the cars out of the way, or we could be physically trying to make it look like we're trying to or check on people to make sure they're not hurt in the quote unquote air quotes accident.
Stage an accident.
Well, yeah, stage an accident previous to their arrival.
Yes.
And basically make sure to tell everybody in the area, since we have sort of a little bit of a sway with them, to don't call the police. We've got this kind of thing.
Gotcha.
To where nobody will be noted on what's going on outside of the little area of the street, whatever the Fifth Avenue, whatever section. So I guess to do that, you might have better tags than me on this, because mine are mostly just all straight up combat related for the most part. I could use my loyal students as a tag.
I have 2 tags I can use.
We have, what's this?
Remember, rally the people.
Yeah,
Rally the people
yeah.
active as well. And then
So after myself and Baku devise a plan of staging the car accident on the route of the convoy, I'm gonna go to the people of Miller Square and tell them what's happening. Tell them we have
small selected group of people,
the ones that we can
trust.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Say we got this. Do not call the police. Leave everything to us. And so,
well, tell them, don't call the police. Just say the police are coming, something like that. You don't want to make them worried that we're threatening now, kind of situation. So
yeah. So I'm going to use the tags: good advice, comforting embrace, and rally the people.
All right. So I guess that's to change the game.
Yes.
change the game.
So this is gonna be a power of 5 so far.
Any negatives?
What were you using?
Good advice, comforting embrace, rally the people.
Could use the work as a team, maybe. I don't know if he'll let that.
I'll invoke the on the run weakness
On the run, gotcha.
Okay.
to mark attention on that.
Okay, so I'm gonna use +4. 10.
10. All right, that's a hit. So that gives you four juice that you can use. So you can create tags with that. So with that, you can add some tags, basically 1 for 1. That's probably what you want to do. And a story tag.
These can these tags be we just make them up?
Yes.
Kind of. How about difficult terrain? For against the
Ooh, yeah.
difficult terrain, unwanted pedestrians.
Can I make the tag believable accident to make the convoy believe that this is not just a setup. This is just everyday life, and that they have to wait.
All right.
Unsuspicious accident or something to that nature.
I like that name a lot more.
Yeah.
Unsuspicious accident, and I do like the difficult terrain one.
Difficult terrain. That's 2. How many do we get?
4.
You can get up to 4.
Okay. All right. So
You can, if you want to, you can also bank that juice, and you can use it later, but it has to be like something from this.
yeah, I think we can go ahead and use it now.
Yeah. Believable accident, difficult terrain.
We could also have like crowd of onlookers or something, like people being in the way in some way. Like I said, unwanted pedestrians, or
I like unwanted pedestrians, and
they might also reroute. So we might need to figure out something like behind them too in some way.
crowded space. We can have
The people crowd behind them.
yeah.
But that's not a tag though. Let's see, because we already have like unwanted pedestrians as a crowd of people as well.
I would say get the drop on them, because this would be the and
Yeah.
then
Get the drop.
yeah.
Because they wouldn't expect I
Get
like
the
that.
drop. So like, are we planning on like jumping the armored car after it gets stuck, or
I'd imagine so.
yeah.
Because we get them stops. People are crowding them.
Get the drop. Okay.
Yeah, and then Talak is preparing whatever he's doing. So
Yeah.
I'd imagine that we're going.
This is
hella high water.
We're going like
Yeah.
this is Helm's Deep, balls deep,
Yeah.
all the way in.
So yeah, I make those tags.
All right. Yeah, there they are. So, okay.
Also, I still have my handgun.
Yes, you still have a
You
gun.
might need to use
I
it.
still have a gun.
All right. All right. So you have set up so you guys through your research have know the route. You have set things up to where you created basically an ambush on the way to try and keep them from even getting the ambrosia. So yeah, created the distraction, blocked off the road to where they're not going to, faked an accident the day of the, the delivery is being made. There's an armored car, and behind it 2 other unmarked vehicles with tinted glass. The truck is an armored vehicle. Again, this is very precious cargo. So they come to us. So the come to a stop, and the driver gets out and begins yelling, "Oh, what the hell is all this? Y'all need to move." So what do y'all do?
So
Where are y'all, and what do y'all do?
All right. First, let me ask real quick. Okay, so like there are 2 unmarked vehicles behind the armored car.
Yes.
And I'll make sure, 'cause sometimes I'll have like one in front and one back, and the armored car be in the middle. But there's the
Yes.
armored car in front. So the guy that gets out, is he out of the armored car, or okay? All right. So different plan, because I didn't know there were going to be 2 vehicles behind.
Gotcha.
I am going to probably do something with the vehicle that's in the furthest back, because we've got the accident that's wedged in the front. If I can do something to the vehicle that's in the back, they're gonna be stuck in between both of those vehicles, and they won't be able to get out.
I'm gonna handle the actual armored car.
You handle the armored car. I'm gonna go try and fuck up the other unmarked vehicle that's in the very back row of the line.
Don't
All
forget
right.
if you got George helping you, George Kim.
Yeah.
Yes.
George Kim is helping me too. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, Baku, what you gonna do?
Okay. All right. I am going to attempt to flip the car.
All right.
I'm going to do that
This
with
is known as the Braun Strowman.
yeah. I'm gonna do the Braun Strowman. I'm going to, what would I use here?
Since they don't know, this is going to be a hit them with all they got.
Hit them with all you got. All right, so I'm going to use mixed martial arts sensei. Find a weakness. Predator senses.
Okay.
Claws, horns, and tusks. Nightmare devouring maws. And then what other tags we got over here? I'll use get the drop on them. That'll give me 6.
All right.
I don't think I'm gonna use any more, because that would be ridiculous. Yeah, I think that's fair. That'll be 6 tags.
All right. I'm going to pose the weakness tag less effective against sleepers.
Okay.
So mark attention on whichever one that is.
Okay. All right, rolling.
All right. So this is going to try and put a 5 status onto these guys. So
That is a 6 on the dice. We had 6 tags, so it's 12 minus the
that's
1.
5. Yeah. So
Okay.
so you're rolling at a power 5. So yeah.
So 11.
So 11.
11. All
Yeah.
right. So that's going to be a hit. You're going to be able to do some extra stuff from that.
Good deal.
So let's see. You can add a tier. I will say that since they are surprised and they are all in their, well, you can add +1 tier, control the collateral damage, hold the target's attention, gain the upper hand, or you can take cover or secure a superior position. So you get to choose 2 of those since it's on 10+.
Okay. So I can hold their attention, right?
Yes.
Okay. Hold the target's attention. And then I'd like to get them good or get many of them good. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'll do both of those.
So yeah, you're basically wanting to have it make sure that it affects everybody in the car.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, each of them are going to be trapped in the car for the time being, and they're all 3 pretty injured. They're all 4 pretty injured in that car.
Sweet.
That was the goal.
That and to cause it to where they can't back up.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
Now this draws the attention of the people that are in the other car.
Yes.
And they all get out. 3 of them being, the regular thugs in the suits that you've seen, and the 4th one is Delia.
Oh, Delia.
So, Ethan, what is your character doing?
Have you ever seen Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yes.
Okay, you know the part in the final season of season
Yes.
1.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to summon Hans and just have myself in like the center of his chest while he's like conjured around myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to make it to where the armored car is inoperable.
Okay.
Like a heavy like hammer fist like stomps onto the engine block.
Okay. I think that's going to be probably a change the game.
With the status being fucked up dually.
Yeah, to try and destroy the.
I would like to roll for fuck 'em up.
So yeah. So what tags are you going to use on that one?
I am going to use Strength of 1,000 Men, unironically encasing myself in protective energy, conjuring fantastical creatures and objects,
Immovable mountain spirit.
immovable mountain spirits, get the drop on them.
I'm going to say that you can't use that one since he
'cause-
just
'cause-
used that one.
Yeah,
that's why.
okay, I'm fair with that one.
You want to use the tiger? Probably not.
Nah, not the tiger.
Here's the rest of them.
We want to save the tiger.
Yeah, save the tiger for the last. I don't think many of those the terrain might apply, but I don't think
I can use difficult terrain to turn the car into difficult terrain. It blocks the everyone from moving with the car, the flipped car, the inoperable armored vehicle in the front. So the middle vehicle is just fucked.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he brings the asphalt up like into the engine block. Oh man, that's kind of cool. Kind of like that.
All right.
Those are the tags I would like to use. So it is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5.
All right. We're going to invoke 2 dependent on
2
Hans.
dependent on Hans. Gotcha. So rolling at a +4. Yeah. It's technically a 7. Technically a 7.
But he rolled a 3 and his +4, so 7.
Technically a hit.
So yeah, so you're gonna get so you're gonna get 4 juice. You're not gonna get to do some of the extra stuff with that. So yeah, I'm gonna say that you're going to be able. Kind of had to create this thing.
May I suggest inoperable machine?
I think you might be aiming too high with that roll, my
So
friend.
I'm gonna
gotcha.
give you the. I'm gonna basically. There's not no. I'm gonna make a danger basically for the vehicle, for the armored
Okay,
vehicle.
gotcha.
Luck is an unwavering mistress. Whatever the fuck that means.
I'm going to impose a 4. I'm going to give it a 3 because it is an armored vehicle. We'll say that it takes a little bit less. It takes a little bit less damage. But right now it is stalled. So
That's good enough.
Yep.
it's not completely inoperable at the moment. Now the main guy had the driver guy, he's pulled a gun out on you, and then you can hear the back opening up. There's some more guys who are coming out of that, and then there's two guys in the front, and in the back there's two more guys, and then there is what looks like disheveled homeless man with 3 dogs gets out.
Cerberus.
And he doesn't say anything, but the dogs are snarling and growling, and he just points and basically sicks the men on you.
Gotcha.
We're gonna have to throw the
The men
tiger.
and the dogs, or just the men?
Just the men.
Just the men.
Just the men.
We're gonna have to throw the tiger at Cerberus.
All right. Good old Hades is joining the fight.
It's been a while. Talag, what are you doing?
All right, I'm going to sneak into the villa.
Okay.
I'm going to burn the power tag, turn myself into water.
All right. Yeah, that gives you the hit
At a power 3.
with a power of 3.
So I'm going to sneak in, go up the storm drain, and onto the roof.
Okay. All right. You were able to make that by burning the hit with no problems.
Now I'm going to stop holding back.
Okay.
I am going to summon the flood that wiped out the third race of humans in the Popol Vuh, and basically use it to flood the entire villa.
All right.
Bringing in the Mayan mythology.
Specifically, the third race of humans, which were made out of wood, were destroyed by flood, mauled by animals, and there was a third part too. Hang on. Oh yes, and destroyed by their own tools and utensils. I want the cooking staff to be skewered by all of their knives.
That's before the 2 brothers went into Xibalba and then became the sun and the moon.
The sun and the moon. Yeah, the 4 survivors of this flood became the 4 pillars that held up the sky.
Okay.
I love that shit. I love it so much.
I love this.
All right.
I'm going to burn the tag, the perfect storm.
All right. So, yeah, that's going to be an ultimate sacrifice.
That's what I was looking for.
I don't think with Stop Holding Back that you can burn a tag for that.
So it's just straight roll against logos?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. When you stop holding back, you do not invoke any tags or statuses. You just roll your number of logos themes.
I like that 5. I'm doing these one by one. And 9 is 11.
All right.
Here we go.
Okay. May I set the scene? May I? Okay. So
Yeah, you can do this one.
I'm on the roof.
You're going to lose a theme.
Yeah, I'm going to lose the logos theme, Diamond in the Rough.
Okay.
Because I'm embracing more of my God side than my human side. It just felt like a good idea. So like I'm not even sure if it's that I'm crying or if it's that the water's actually starting to pour out of me. If it doesn't affect their scene, I would like Honeylip to come out.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, I see Honeylip come out. I go, and I spit on him, and I go, that was the first drop. And then I turn into lightning and water, and the sky just pours down.
All right. So yeah, like the since I don't know Mayan mythology all that much, like the Christians would say, a biblical flood comes. It is able to with the sacrifice that you have made, you're able to keep it localized to just this area. You know, you can hear Honeylip's melodious voice echoing, screaming, and finally a gurgle.
Screaming sweet nothing.
Yeah. Oddly enough, you see a lady, an older woman in she looks to be wearing all black with a funeral veil over her. She does, oddly enough, doesn't seem to be worried about any of this. But it does take out him and all of the people who were gathering for the gala. Yeah. So they are out of the picture, and that's going to end up with you. We'll discuss all that in the epilogue.
They have a more exciting scene.
So yeah. So all right. So back to our ambush. Ethan, what is your character doing?
You've seen Avatar: The Last Serpent, correct? I want to continue using Hans, like the people that are like flooding out, flooding out of the vehicles and like running towards me. Han just like reels back his leg and just like sweeps him up in the air. May I consider this a hit him with all you got? Hit him with all you got.
I'm gonna say that now they're ready for you. This is gonna have to be a go toe to toe.
Go toe to toe. Okay, gotcha.
Now remember, you can't just use all of the same things over and over again.
Yes, of course. We are going to use.
And remember, you can burn the white tiger one for a hit.
Gotcha.
But you don't have any way to recover it right now, so that's a one and done.
One and done.
We could probably use white paw for the dogs, like a giant tiger versus.
I'm sure Cerebus will eat the tiger immediately.
Well, as of now, it does not seem like the hobo and the dogs are joining the fight.
Gotcha.
I
imagine it's like if we threaten him,
they are content to sit. They seem to be content to sit back and make sure that the package is unharmed. Which, Jody, your character from more towards the back, you can see that it is a basically a giant crate. And you can almost make out that there's like glowing inside it.
Am I allowed to burn a tag that I used previously? I'm not necessarily using it, but am I able to burn it?
Yeah. Always keep in mind also that I can, still invoke weakness tags and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So,
seeing how I want to like get as many of these people out of the picture, I want to burn the tag Strength of 1,000 Men as Hans is just swinging his leg with as much force as possible.
Yeah, I think also this can be a hit 'em with all you got. I'll let it be that.
Okay.
And if you want to burn that, that's fine.
I shall do so. This really is like the last show, so
It
the last episode, so
Blast hurrah.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I'm going to burn Strength of 1,000 Men to get a hit of 10 with a +3 power.
All right. So you get to choose two of the list up there on hit 'em with all you got.
Let's see just now.
Take cover. So they don't impose a status back to you. You can do +1 tier. You control the collateral damage. You can hold the target's attention. You can take 1 juice. Basically, you can make it.
You should definitely get them good. That should definitely be one of them.
I don't think get 'em good is an option with hit 'em all you got.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
+1 tier.
Oh, +1 tier. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get him good, and I'll get him good, and I'll hold the target's attention while Baku is dealing with the people from the back.
All right. So yeah, you're able to get a couple of them, but you're able to get a couple of them and actually smash them, but this leaves you open, and Delia jumps towards you. You need to face danger because she's going to try and give you bleeding gash 3.
Ooh.
Okay. What I am going to do is I'm going to indestructible energy body, protection from magic. We're going to go with basic self-defense.
Okay.
Tokiadon is just martial arts fighting style. I can't use that or anything.
Yeah, you would have to.
I would have to be the aggressor in that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's from
Kim.
Kim.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I use difficult terrain, seeing how Delia is having to move across like the debris of the smashed car, the people flying out everywhere?
I can give you that one.
Okay. I believe I will use that power, +4.
So +4. Let's see. We're gonna invoke fades when overextended.
Fades when overextended. Gotcha. So.
All right. So +3.
+3. That is 9.
9.
Like deep cut too.
She's going to give you open wound 2. So you can take -1 status.
Gotcha. And then I just pull out my gun and shoot.
Baku, what you doing?
All right. Did you say that the crate was visible?
Yes, you can see that it's opened. The dude with the dogs
hobo.
is standing basically.
Oh, he opened the back door.
Yeah.
And
Definitely not Hades.
definitely not Hades.
Well, it's not Hades.
How do I want to word this? I feel my mythos eating at me from the inside to get out.
Mm-hmm.
I feel more and more as though I'm losing control of my small mortal thread.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to stop holding back.
Okay.
What I'm going to tell you what I'm going to attempt to do.
Mm-hmm.
What I would like to do as my chimera self is starting to emerge more outside of my mortal body, visibly, at least to myself and to others that can sense those things.
Mm-hmm.
The monster inside of me is eating its way out.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to leap from where I am into the back of the vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
the end goal being to consume the ambrosia that lies within it.
All right. Let's see. Jesus.
You won't get high.
I would like to let the listeners at this time know that my character has one logos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You lose all your humanity.
I do.
Yeah. If you succeed.
Well,
And
depends on the level of stop holding
it
back.
Yeah.
probably does.
Summoning the flood that wiped out the third iteration of man. That's definitely an ultimate. You might be no return. Might be no return here.
Might be.
Be cool.
Might be.
He is allowing the beast inside to consume, to like let loose. So
Mm-hmm.
that's definitely a point of no return.
The last mortal thought is if I can consume this ambrosia, the bad people can't have it.
Fair.
All right. This could end up being very interesting. Yeah, we're going to mark this as a no return. So roll logos. So
Okay,
it's a +1.
So I roll both my dice.
Yes.
And just
So on a 7 through 9, you get to do what you do, but
Mhm.
you replace the theme.
mm,
On a 10+, you mark fade, crack, and burn all power tags in one theme.
mm-hmm.
And I'm going to call it, since you're trying to give up your humanity to
Right.
let the beast in, it's
Yeah.
going to be your dojo.
Yeah.
And you're going to mark crack on that.
Mm-hmm.
If on a 7 through 9, you're going to replace that.
Mhm.
And this game gets a lot more interesting. That's
What we're about, right? More
on
interesting.
a 6, you're going to pay the price for a 7 through 9, but then it's also like things are going to go really bad.
Cool.
So this is going to get interesting one way
Or
or
the
the other.
Yeah.
So hit it.
So I'm just adding +1.
Yes.
Okay. And here we go. Okay, so that's 11.
11.
Let's go.
All right. So yeah, mark crack on the Tiger Claw Dojo and burn all the tags on that one. So yeah, you almost tell yourself like I'm letting go of this. I need to defeat the enemies that we have. I need to take, I need to take a sacrifice and embrace this beast that I've been fighting this whole entire time. So from where you're at, you crouch down and you can see like this outline of this nightmarish beast as your eyes begin to glow, and you leap forward over the two cars, and you can see the man with the dogs kind of look at you in disbelief, and as well he just kind of stares at you. He has no expression, and the dogs are leaping, but you have it just right. Your animal instincts were able to tell you the exact right to where they can't jump up, and you're able to get in there, and you move so fast that anybody who was looking at it is a blur, and you start to gorge yourself on this. You rip it open, and it looks just like this golden glowing pudding, and you gorge yourself on that. So
Heavenly delicacy.
the effect of eating the ambrosia, it's since you're a rift, it doesn't affect you like a sleeper would. And again, your character doesn't know this, but this is going to give you a story tag. So the ambrosia has been destroyed, and this is going to give you one of these 4 story tags. So you can take Increased stamina, uncanny strength, otherworldly beauty, or irresistible charisma. Which of those 4 do you want?
The strength one.
All right.
No, be pretty and also a chimera.
Be charismatic. Convince them to
You be
allow
a
you to eat them.
charismaterica.
Just tell them like, "Hey, I'm gonna eat you," and they'll be
I
like, "Okay."
don't think Barbarian works in this game.
The barbarian
Did,
always
did you?
works.
No. The you hit him with the lute, the instrument.
All right. Ethan, what is your character doing? You are now facing off with Delia.
Okay. I'm still in my avatar mode. Hans mode.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to simply grab Delia and then just throw her across town.
All right.
Because I'm tired of seeing her face.
All right. We're gonna do change the game on that one. That's gonna be definitely gonna be a change the game because it's not just imposing a status that is.
If I'm asked, change the game or go toe to toe, because he's trying to succeed at basically eliminating her from the scene.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
We are going to use... Because I burned a tag last turn, I'm able to reuse all the tags I've used previously. Is how this works, correct?
No, again, like it has to be like a significant change.
Use the tiger.
You just have to explain how the tiger is going to help you in what you're doing.
Fair enough.
I thought there for a second you were going to be like, I'm going to stop holding back. Back to back, man.
You could try that.
Hang on.
I've
Hang
tempted
on.
you with the ring.
Ideas are coming in. Okay, so Delia is becoming a nuisance to all of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel the only way to deal with a nuisance is to have a much bigger nuisance just take control.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to give Hans free reign over just beating the absolute shit out of Delia.
Okay.
And so, internally, I have this discussion with Hans. Is like, Hans, I know you'll do anything to protect me, protect the people, and let loose. And like something in Hans just like clicks, and I suddenly like disappear as Hans starts to become more materialized instead of just like a ghostly figure.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm going to stop holding back.
All right, let me look at your sheet real quick. Yeah, I'm going to call this one significant. So if you mess up on it, you're going to have to burn the tags in my green magical giant and mark fade on that one.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, roll
Logos.
Roll Logos.
8, 9, 10.
All right. So yeah, you're just going to mark fade on that.
Mark fade on my green magical giant.
Yes. So normally, like Delia's reflexes would be like too quick for you for a relatively slow giant like Hans to be able to grab it. But somehow you're able to grab her, and you basically cock back like it's a fastball and just yeet her over the buildings and out of Miller Square. She might have landed in water. Probably not, because Miller Square is pretty landlocked.
Yeah.
So yes, she is out of the picture. So at this point, the hobo with the
dogs.
I don't want to keep. He's not really a hobo because he's not a traveling vagrant.
The mangled man.
The man
Disheveled.
He kind of
unarmed.
looks to the truck and looks down. And kind of you can see it, I don't know, you can't really see any like facial expressions on the thing, but as you're looking at him, he kind of fades away. The one thing that he was tasked to do is not there anymore, so he has no use in being here, putting himself in more danger because you fuckers are crazy.
Indeed.
One of us summoned a flood, one of us turned into a beast, and another one's just a product placement for
At this
corn.
time, you can see, in the distance where you know the area. You can't really quite see it because it is out of town, but like in the area, you can see like this storm clouds gather and just this ungodly rain fall down. It doesn't even look like rain. It just looks like a tower of water fill up this area and then dissipate. So you know that whatever Talak was trying to do was there. Seeing their boss get yeeted, and then the other guy just kind of go, "Oh,
That's 0 for 3, Delia."
I'm getting out of here." The other guys lose their nerve, and in fact, at this time, the sun is rising, so they kind of all feel like you can see them kind of like slump, like they're not as strong.
They become relaxed.
Yeah, that power that they were granted is gone. So they're not able to.
Them uppers come to the crash is real.
Yeah, they're crashing. So they kind of lose their nerve because they just saw their boss get punt kicked. The toughest person that they know, and then the other guy who was really in charge, he dipped out. So they book it.
He Homer Simpsoned out of frame and was like,
All right. So that leads to pretty much the end. So y'all have successfully disrupted the it's going to take quite a long time for any kind of power base to set back up in Miller Square. You kind of set the tone that like this area is protected. So let's do some epilogue. So who wants to go first with
I'd like
Eric?
to.
Yes.
Okay. So as Baku turns to the back and everybody's like, running away,
you see Hans just like huffing and puffing.
see Hans, and like I could still see your first name was Stephen Chow? Anthony Chow. You see nothing but the chimera. You see nothing but like the shimmering, kind of fading, mythos as it was of the chimera. And of course, got the ambrosia effect, kind of it's slightly sort of shimmering even a little bit more or whatever. And then the chimera sort of smiles at you and then just kind of disappears. Like I fade from existence.
All right. Ethan?
Anthony's still seeing exactly what Hans is doing, and after seeing Baku kind of like fade from existence, and he's all alone in the streets, and so he tells Hans to let him come out, and Hans reluctantly lets him fade away a little bit as Anthony's coming down to the ground. He knows that Talak is over at the manor, and he knows that Baku's probably gone from existence, and he's going to do what he always does, and he runs.
All right. James.
Let's see. So Talak is swept by the flood into the sewers of the city. He wakes up in a 10-foot by 10-foot cistern, and the walls and floor and ceiling are all covered by a huge field of wheat.
Oh, okay.
And Talak goes, "Whoa."
So yeah, as kind of an epilogue, we'll go through some things.
Okay.
So yeah, we cut to the police chief at Precinct 23. She gets a package in the mail, which is a copy of the
Ledger.
There's the ledger, showing all the stuff, so you can see the two cops from earlier. We flash to the two cops in the earlier being taken away in handcuffs. We also cut to the second chance pawnbrokers, where they are also getting raided. We cut to Laser Hot Pizza, where Michael and Willie Bryant are they're receiving the, they get a package in the mail that's the money that they've spent, and all these other places they're starting to. There, we cut to the old aquarium where Delia is nursing her wounds, but she might be back one day, but who knows, with the power structure being touched. We cut to the washed out villa where the Falzoni matriarch is sitting there in her funeral veil, and as the man with the 3 dogs appears in front of her, points his finger, and she fades into nothingness. And finally, our last cutscene, Miller Square. The camera zooms in slowly on the darkened one-stop shop, where the police tape has been torn and cast aside. From inside, loud clatter of objects shuffled around can be heard. Suddenly, the lights in the store go on. The flickering neon sign outside comes to life. 1 stop shop. 1 stop shop. 24/7. 24/7. At the glass door, a heavy-set figure turns over the close sign to open. The camera pans upward and reveals the face of Sam Saddle, harrowed but very much alive. And that's the end of our story.
He duped
We're
all of
gonna
us.
Leave it off.
He
We're
duped
gonna
us
leave it
all.
out there. All right.
He was alive this whole time.
Well, maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe we brought him back.
He duped all of us.
All right.
I want to say this is probably one of my favorite tabletop games. Tabletop games now.
Oh, well, thank you. That means quite a bit.
There you go.
It was thoroughly
this is-
satisfying.
It's
I hate because I'll co-sign on all of those petitions right now. I would like to save this for a more in-depth discussion on a future rest stop, where we can all talk about it, just like the whole experience in general, been about 30 minutes or less, because we're all kind of like a Domino's pizza in that regard. But there we go. But yeah, no, I really enjoy this, brother. I just wanted
Thank
to
you. I
say that
appreciate
right
it.
there.
I think we need to
Amazing.
elaborate a little bit, I mean,
Well, yeah,
while it's fresh on our minds,
I'd like to take some time to think about it. Like
Well.
that's my thoughts on that one, because we did 4
Well.
I think solid episodes on this, and I'd like
Well.
to go, kind of listen back and on where
Well.
from where we gone and where we
We've talked about the
here.
same thing multiple times, so we could definitely do that too, for sure. This was definitely one of outside of very few select games I played in, one of the most enjoyable experiences I've had playing in a role playing game.
This is different enough to where it keeps my attention and I want to continue going.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I started putting together my mythos with God of Earthly Fertility.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
nice.
Okay, yeah, you actually
Yeah.
There's actually rules and everything for losing a theme. It's called a nascent theme, and it's a little bit weaker. Like you only start out with like 1 tag, I think, and then like on your next session you get like a second one. I don't know. I can't remember all the rules for that. You almost, if you would have lost your theme, you would have got to become an avatar.
Oh, right.
Which avatars are fun because if they burn a tag, they immediately get it back.
Oh, right.
But then the problem is they're not really usable. It's a short burst thing. Like you would basically have been dead after.
I kind of went with that whole idea of like if I lose whether or not I lose my logos, that my character's probably going to be like, that was like the sacrifice I was willing to make there, and that's a sacrifice to save the town. I was ready to give up my humanity to do that. So that's what I was trying to accomplish.
I'm glad y'all liked it. I have imposter syndrome, so this whole time I'm thinking I'm doing a terrible job.
Brady,
so.
we all have it. I have a terrible imposter syndrome.
So I appreciate that y'all like it. I hope that this was actually fun for at least some of the people. I've heard from some of our friends that they don't even listen to these episodes. So, but hopefully somebody's getting something out of this. And at the very least,
who are those friends who whoop their ass? How about that?
I'm hoping that at least at the very least, I want somebody to have listened to this and be like, "Oh, that's a cool system. Let me go get those books." And they're interesting to just read. Like this is a very, this is, like I said at the beginning of this is right up my alley. So this is something. So I'm glad that everybody.
I like the system. This system does something that there's a few other systems that have tried the cinematic approach. Chill is one that's an older game from the 90s. And the revised version of that does a better job, not of this, but of their own version of it. And I think there's like another game that I can't think of off the top of my head that uses like a cinematic approach to it. But this is a very solid. You did a great job running it. It was fun. I know we made some, long pauses and thinking in between.
Well, I mean, some of that is I am not as good at thinking on my feet sometimes, and when I'm thrown enough of a curveball, it really throws me off. So that's with me. That's not.
There's several game masters that have that, but sometimes they can put the air of it not being, as they're thinking.
I am
of
not
something.
as good at that. So
right.
But yeah,
that was awesome. I loved it.
Y'all had a good time. I hope our
amazing.
listeners had a good time with all of this. Holder, it's finally over. You can listen to full episodes now after this. So
no, Jason, we come to whoop you, man. No, you should listen to all 4 of these. Swear to God.
I don't know. I barely listen to their podcast.
Yeah,
That's what you get.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get mad.
Whiskey and wrestling. Yeah.
I barely watch wrestling. We riff on it while we're watching it most of the time. Anyway, we're not.
I don't know. I've tried not to be as cynical as we've been lately about it. It's a nice episode of AEW.
I'm not cynical about the wrestling so
Right.
much as everything else surrounding it.
Yeah. Ethan, it's back on you. I can't stand this responsibility any longer, and this praise is also breaking me out in hives. So,
Jay, you're already talking about him. Talking about whiskey and
Whiskey and Wrestling, the premier whiskey podcast on the earth, period. Not on Mars yet, but we'll get there. But yeah, Michael Hill and Jason Holder bringing you a week's worth of news and views in the world of wrestling, along with a wonderful libation that which you can go blotto on, drink responsibly, never drink and drive. And that is Whiskey and Wrestling, available on all major podcasting networks.
Jody, tell us about your podcast.
Fearology. Currently, I don't have any episodes I'm trying to record because my computer monitor decided to crap out on me. So there's like about 12 up there that you could listen to until I try and get that situated.
Gotcha.
It's on Spotify, and I can't change that right now because I don't have a computer monitor.
Gotcha.
So
Brady, tell them about Silence Your Cell Phones.
yeah, Silence Your Cell Phones. Our friends Jared Hubbard and Kyle
O'Reilly.
It's fuck. I don't know. It's almost 1 o'clock, guys.
Kevin Sheldon.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, man.
Kevin Sheldon.
It's not the worst name we've
Fuck,
called
we
him.
know 2 Kevins? Damn.
Yes. You just now figured that out.
Yes. It just now hit me.
You were thinking one of them was Kyle, okay?
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he does kind of look like Kyle O'Reilly.
That's as a compliment, right?
sure.
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
Leave it as it be.
But more Mormon.
Censored.
I'm gonna have to somehow chop off the
Censored.
but not the Mormon part. I'll figure it out in post. I'll figure it out in post.
What do they do, Brady?
They talk about movies. They sometimes do some live streams. Whereas we look back at the classics like Barbarians. They
And Phantom of the Paradise.
Phantom
Yeah,
of
don't
the
forget Phantom of the Paradise.
I tried.
No, don't.
The last broadcast.
The last broadcast.
We also watched Psycho and The Warriors.
Yeah, I have a suggestion
Yeah.
for our next movie watch, but I'll do that off tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, they leaned more a more recent bent, but not necessarily just that. They might be also talk about some TV shows. So listen to their opinions on movies and stuff like that. Wherever podcasts are served.
Jay, tell the fun people about the Completed Podcast. Real
Completed
fast.
podcast, yes, going into a more serious topic, but the Completed Podcast of Team Metamorph of Magic the Gathering. Yes, a local group that goes to Magic tournaments, lives that Magic life, and also the life of friends and just wonderful confidants. Don't go to Outback Steakhouse. Which one in particular, though?
I don't remember.
I just avoid Outback in general.
Chris Vega, Brandon Scott Tanner, and Brandon Smith. He's always the one I miss on that one. But again, telling you road stories and game stories from the world of Magic the Gathering. That is the completed podcast from Team Metamorph. And in specific, we want to bring up Brandon Scott Tanner. Again, the tournament to help pay for his medical bills from his recent brain surgeries, the BST for BST, is going to be happening on October 28th, 2023 at McNarb Gaming in Goshen, Mississippi. Wonderful, amazing prizes available. I think like the grand prize is like a uncut sheet.
You get an uncut foil sheet from War of the Spark. The second place prize is a dual land, it's a Savannah.
Isn't it like going all the way down and then like starting there and going all the way down? Isn't it like a box for each?
The rest of the top 8 get
or is it 8? Excuse me.
Set boosters and or booster boxes.
You get there's like sealed boxes for the next. For the next group of people in the top.
I think it's what $15 entry or $30.
$30.
It's $30 entry.
$30 entry. $1 per proxy in your deck. Your whole deck can be proxied if you're willing to go that route.
It sure can be.
Just drop $105.
Also, it is what was it called? Something Unleashed.
It is
Modern Unleashed. Modern Unleashed.
Modern format with no
ban list.
With no ban list, and for $1, you can draw a card at instant speed.
Yes.
Deal with that on your own time. Yes. All proceeds going to Brandon Scott Tanner and pay his medical bills.
You may or may not see me participating in such.
Yes. We also have a raffle that'll be going on at the same time. If you want to just donate as well, go on to the McNarb Gaming Facebook page, and they have a Venmo link there.
Yep.
Anything else? Oh, and yeah, and it's also the same time of year we do our Halloween party. So there's a Halloween costume contest for McNarb After Dark. Afterwards,
that starts at 10.
Starts at 10
p.m. $5 entry fee for
unless
that. You participate in the tournament.
Yes. And again, all proceedings are going towards
as well.
And there may be a game or two of Blood on the Clock Tower run by somebody at this table, maybe not, but we'll see. Anyway, so
as such, I am the host. It is time to park this bus in whatever schoolyard we find in the city.
Whoa, buddy.
Censored.
This is not a school-themed show.
In whatever parking
public
lot we find in the
bus.
city.
This rich motherfucker's never taken public transport.
Join us next time when we go over our top 5 favorite video game boss fights.
Chalkboard's back, baby.
Yep.
For myself, I am Ethan Skinner.
I'm James McCarthy.
I'm Brady Davis.
For myself, I am Jody Kite.
Good night. Goodbye. See you next time.
Thanks for stopping by and enjoying the ride, guys.